As non-native speakers, I suppose many of us have faced the challenge of studying new materials in English. The truth is, we are continually exposed to situations where we have to read, listen, or learn things using a second language, which we may not be so proficient in. In these cases, many of us can relate to my friend Lydia. Despite having passed the B2 level English exam, Lydia feels anxious when she's studying for her science exam in English and thinks she won't master it to the same degree as in her native tongue. I'm sure we can all agree that studying in a second language is a real challenge for our brain. It's like running a marathon with some weight on our shoulders. That's not very comfortable, is it? Yet bilingual education is a reality in our society, so the question is, does the weight of studying in a second language overload Lydia's brain and make it collapse? Or can Lydia overcome this difficulty when she's studying for her science exam in English? In my thesis, I'm investigating whether learning strategies undergo a significant change when we study in a second language. For example, we know that identifying the difficult parts of the material helps Lydia and the rest of us focus and concentrate better to achieve successful learning. And for this to happen, different areas of the brain are engaged, which takes a huge effort, even more so in English. So we conducted a series of experiments in which Spanish participants with an intermediate level of English had to study text both in Spanish and English and self-rate their learning. We checked if they could detect the difficult parts and make use of the learning strategies in English as well as they did in Spanish. What we found is that participants thought they were going to fail in the English task compared to the Spanish one, just like my friend Lydia did. As for the strategies, though, we didn't find any differences between languages, and people were able to identify the difficult parts in Spanish and also in English. What's more, memory performance wasn't affected by the language in which the learning was taking place. Well, in a society where English is the norm, investigating the underlying mechanisms of studying and learning in a second language is essential. So the next time you feel like Lydia and panic in front of your science notes in English, just remember, you're running with some weight on your shoulders, which is truly uncomfortable, but won't prevent you from getting to the finish line. Thank you.